Ya, dua, satu. Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome, Ari. Thank you very much for coming into this conversation. Um, Everyone, this is Ari, and Ari is my good friend. She is currently a teacher at SDN Kalongan 3 in Semarang. Ari, how are you?
Hi everyone, I'm fine. Hello, I'm Ari. My full name is Ari Triti Blarsati. As she said, I'm a teacher at Kalongan 3 Elementary School, and I'm currently teaching grade 2.
So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Like, how did you grow up? What leads you to become who you are right now?
Well, I will be a really long story, but we'll make it a bit brief. So, I'm the fourth child of five siblings. Five siblings. I'm like right before my sister, I'm just like the youngest, and then there's my sister, my little sister. I have four sisters, one brother. He was the middle child. And my parents are teachers too. My father teach at Diponegoro University at mechanical engineering. My mother is right now currently she is a headmaster, but before she is a sport teacher for elementary student. And how did I get into this kind of things? Well, it's not my not my what is it? Not my first goal, not my first goal because I was like I'm a really introverted person. I don't speak much. I have my own hobbies that I usually for people at my age they count it as boring because like reading, listening to music, and just like I don't really like playing out because my parents are pretty strict because I'm a girl, of course. They are pretty strict, and then I just don't go out, so I don't really have much friend growing up. So, and then there is also my siblings who are far older than me, so we are like different generation. Like then
Have lots
I
of
was
siblings.
yeah, there is a lot of siblings, so being a silent child is being like an easy child. Like in my parents, like you are easier to care rather than others. They just don't know. They just don't know what is inside.
So, like,
And
because of your history of introvertness, you turned into teaching.
my reading actually helps me in my teaching, not because of my introvertness lead me to teaching.
Oh,
Introvert people actually have a kind of hard time talking in front of other people.
yeah.
That's why, and my like 3 months, my first 3 months, I was like really, really trying not to scream out loud.
Oh, so you become teacher because you like reading stuff, and then, however, because of the introvertedness, you become sort of like there is a challenge at the first
Yeah,
time you started teaching.
yeah. Teaching was like something my mom said will be easy, but I kinda have a different opinion because I did stutter. I stutter a lot. Like I have to correct my uh s- correct my words. I have to correct my uh action a lot because to not come out as like aggressive, angry to angry, because children kind of learn a lot from kind of copy a lot from us, from their surrounding. So I was like, how do I make sure that I'm not going to do wrong to the children of other people's. So
Children of other
that
people, indeed. Anak orang.
anak orang lain gitu. Kayak
Well,
I
yeah.
have to remember they are not my children. They are not my children. They are just being put into my care and have to do my best to make sure they don't first, they don't bleed, they don't die, they don't make they don't destroy the class.
children are surprising. They have all the energy in the world, and somehow they keep on trying to get themselves into bad situation.
Yeah, like one time they even if they see like a slope downhill, they just sliding down and then they got
Oh my
dirty.
god.
That's when they get scolded, and then
Well,
that's
I
that.
did some stupid stuff when I was younger too, so I can blame them, I guess.
Yeah, I cannot blame them either. But because I was like taught to make sure that I can solve my own problems. So I know, so I was taught to can I solve this? Can I solve it without uh asking my parents for help? That's what makes me like think a lot before I do something, because my parents they have a lot of children. They don't have a lot of time to spare to everyone equally. That's why I have to make sure that I can do something myself before I ask them. But actually, I'm not really into. At first, I don't really think about teaching for myself because I was going to mechanical engineering for my university,
It's your
and then I
bachelor
work.
degree.
Yeah, that's
As your
my first
first
bachelor
bachelor degree.
degree. Yeah, that's my first bachelor degree. I go to mechanical engineering. I was thinking that I maybe work in an office or maybe work in a cashier or anything. And at first, and then my first work, I was working as a cashier in some what is it called cafe for my first income, because I don't want to be uh what is it? I don't want to be jobless. I don't want to ask my parents for money when I have the graduate. And then my
My
mom like
first job was something else too.
and then my mom was like, come home, work with me, be a teacher. It will be easier for you. And then like,
Mhm.
okay, I I just go home, be a teacher. At first, it was like just English teacher, and my official title was actually pustaka librarian. I take care of the library, I clean it up. Because it at first it was really messy, and I also teach English, but for class grade 1 and 3, grade 1 to 3, because there is also another English teacher who is teaching grade 4, 5, 6. After that, we got just like my mom like teaching me step by step on hand with experience. Like at first, I feel like wow, teaching was like something I don't know I can do, because there is a lot of children. They like
It's
talking
a
a
new
lot.
experience for you.
Yeah, it was really a new experience. I never talked in front of so many people.
But now it has become something that you're set on doing for the rest of your life, is it?
Yeah, I
Or
think I'm
not?
really
Or
something a bit better now.
you're set on
Uh,
this.
yeah,
That's great.
because
So
like
like,
I don't see
hmm?
myself as something else. Uh, I'm just like I really follow my parents' direction,
Mm.
because they are the one who knows me best. They are the one who like membiayai itu apa ya, kayak fund my life from birth to, so I just really like obey them a lot. When I go into my first service space was at senior high school. I want to go to language class, but they want me to go to science class because I can, but I don't like it. They just like, you are this is the best for you. Like, okay, fine, I just follow your step then. I go to science class, get into mechanical engineering, but I hate it there. They just like they just make my introvertness worse, and then I
Is that
just got,
so?
yeah, they make it worse because they really like, they don't teach you well. They are like, they intimidate you a lot. Really, they just really intimidating. I like, this is my first time.
Intimidating.
Yeah, they are intimidating for me because as someone who doesn't go out, and then I really had problem. They suddenly scream at you at aspect, that orientation. Like, what the hell? I cried. To be honest, I did cry at my first encounter. It was like so embarrassing.
I do
I'm
think that sometimes the seniors are just ruthless, even more ruthless than anybody else in the entire experience of college. However, they're unnecessarily ruthless. I don't know why they need to be that way, especially since the introduction is just to let us know how to get
uh,
around the school and
yeah,
basically how to manage our time and capacity on um, doing
study.
our education.
Yeah, it should be like that. But as I said, they are mechanical engineer. They are not teachers, so they don't have the capacity to realize that
No.
first impression matters.
Oh
Their first
yeah.
impression was strong, too strong actually. It makes me like really scared. Like I think I almost think I want to be. I don't want to join them in their organization. Like, but my friends like, you can't do that. If you do that, your grades are going to be down low. Like,
Oh,
it really affects grades. Even I know it was bad, but I don't think it was this bad. Like, education is education. What do you mean it have to be? It have a link to organization. Like, organization was
yeah.
like a whole other thing.
So
Like, I
there's
don't.
some sort of a punishment too if you don't join like the organization and stuff, and that's just
Yeah,
like
that was like
uh
my culture
become a
shock.
challenge since you're an
Yeah.
introvert.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy their gathering so much. I even chose the easier organization, the English speaking, mechanical engineering English speaking
Seems like you
conversation
have
club.
been consistently doing English teaching even before going to this position, becoming a
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah, because English was like the first foreign language that I have, like a skill that no other children have at that time. I'm fluent after I graduated from junior high school. I consistently training myself to be a good English reader and writer because of my love to reading. There is also other good story in what is it in English
In
language.
English.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rather than in Indonesian.
I think
That's why I
what
have
led
to.
me to learning English was also because stories are there are more stories in English, and all of the games that we play they have it in English, so somehow it just become a must to do it,
Uh,
I guess.
we learn best when we love it. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true.
Uh,
Well,
that's uh,
so like, well, I think even though you started your maybe you started your
mechanic.
adulthood in like mechanical engineering, after that you started to follow the path that your parents have, like because your family is have a background of becoming an educator, you started joining in
Yeah,
and becoming a teacher yourself, following your mother's footstep. Is that right?
yeah, I did. My mother was the one who actually have a lot of skills in being a teacher. Not only just sport teacher, she can also become a class teacher, and then she eventually become a headmaster. And she's the one who taught me like all the administration, the documentation that I need as a teacher. And she also like the one who fund my second bachelor degree at PGSD to have my bachelor degree to teach elementary students.
Okay,
It
so
was like
how long has it been since you started teaching?
it was like 3 years already, like 3 years ongoing, more than 3 years. Like it was it become really fun. It become really there is the times where I cried. There are times where I get angry. There are also the time where I get uh like I don't know what to do with children. Like they are so like alien to me. Like, am I like this when I was young? I don't remember any of it. I don't remember being this crazy back then.
Well, but I heard you recently just graduated from your bachelor or your master's, something like that.
Oh,
Tell me about it.
well,
Is it in teaching?
yeah, it was both at but both in education, but the first one is at teaching for education teaching for elementary school. But the second
Bachelor
one I have
degree.
not yet, yeah,
So
my
you
bachelor
took a
degree, my
second
second.
bachelor after you graduated from the mechanical engineering experience.
Mechanical engineering is like the one shape my logic and my tolerance for uh strong opinionated people.
Oh, so
And
it brought you up
Mhm.
mentally.
Yeah, it broke me up mentally. Well,
Well, then
but
after you, when did you finish your second bachelor in teaching?
my second bachelor degree was like months ago. I still have the degree over there, but it was like online school, but it was a really good online school. From there, I meet other other teacher who want to be teacher as well, but they have like different backgrounds, and most of them have married. So like there is only three of us who are not married, and we like become like one group. We often work on what is it? Work on uh, we often work on homework together. We often work on what is it? Exams together. We often hang out at cafe, and that was like I now that I know how we university student behaves, like I was like really enjoying playing with them. Like I'm no longer like
Good.
pressure. I'm no longer like feeling I have to be certain things. No, I don't have to be. I just like have to enjoy myself. I
Like you
don't have to be.
found your place,
Yeah, I finally found my place. Like
your people.
with people who are tolerant towards me, and also kind of patient. They are the one who taught me how to be patient, how to be helpful, how to be like how to understand student better, gitu.
The
How to be
spirit of an
helpful.
educator.
You can say that. Hmm?
Was it like a moment in your teaching experience that moved you, like that set you into becoming a teacher, an educator for the rest of your life?
Oh, well, it was actually like at my first my first like my first teaching. It was like there's a lot of shock for me. For age, in our age, we already can when we are at that age, we can read, write, and count, right?
Mm,
But right now, at grade one, they still read, write, cannot read or write, and still count 1 to 10 is a bit hard. So I was like, I feel like a calling for myself to make sure they can at least read, write, and count. So when I'm with my children, I often make them like tell them a story. I often make them write a lot. Beside their protest, they like to protest a lot, and make them count a lot of things. Like sometimes I use candy, sometimes I use like seeds, little seeds like that. And there's also art. I also look like make them do arts, so it will be so boring. Like not just words and numbers. When they can do that, that was like that was like that was really something. There's like a
some
chain that
accomplishment.
accomplishment that I feel like I just put down a chain
You just
a really
succeed
happy
on doing
student.
something great.
I was really like
Congratulations.
finally.
So, um, I think you say that the students are degrading since our time. Is that true? Or was they were people were students at their age unable to read just as the way you encounter today? Or
Yeah, well,
is it like a recent development?
I think there was like
Deep
something.
development probably since it was
Uh,
degrading.
I do not know about the time before us. I do not know about the time before us, but the one that I face right now is that there is still students who are not properly guided by their family. Yeah, like family is like the first place you learn from, right? Like the first education in your life. And there are students who have parents who really care about them a lot. Like their parents teach them reading, or maybe give them like extra lesson, like put them in tempat les itu apa sih? Like
Private schools?
yeah, cram school, yeah, like cram schools, or they pay private tutor for them. So they can learn about reading, writing, counting, and also reading Arab, ngaji. There are for children who have parents like that, they are really lucky because their parents have the money and time and effort to do the awareness to do that. There is also children who are kind of unfortunate, but they have the drive to learn. So they are like the kind of good children to the best student to teach are the one who have the drive to learn. And there's also the children who are like let go. They're let
They
go.
don't have anyone to guide them but the school teachers.
Yeah. And they sometimes like sometimes they like learn from their parents, not the best thing. Like their parents are sometimes uneducated, but still can work, still have money. So they think like my parents don't cannot even read or write well, but they can
They
still
can
work.
still have
Why do
money,
I
so
have to study?
uh
Well, now that was the where teacher have to teach them the better things.
oh,
Like this is where the teacher
how is the
have to.
parents' treatment towards you? Like, have you encountered parents who doesn't really agree with your way of teaching the students, or parents who are like parents could get angry at anything, I think, these days.
Yeah, there are a problem, but actually that was kind of my fault. Like my children are, I am really lucky to have children who are really smart and easy to teach, and their parents also make sure the children are studying well. Like they check the workbook every night, and that so I was like, my children can count this far, like they can count to 1 to 50, they can count to 1 to 50 easily. So I was like, let me give them around like hundreds. I want to give them hundreds. So
So
I
go
like to write
beyond
100.
the standard.
Yeah, but yeah, beyond the standard, like they are really too fast. And the children are kind of struggling. That's where the parents come in. They like is the I don't think this is good for the children. I was kind
Oh,
of, and I kind of say, but your children are really smart. I want them to be able to do hundreds. Oh, but it was too fast. Oh, okay. I will adjust my teaching back to the curriculum, back to the curriculum standard. And that's when the children are more relaxed. They're not, and that's where I have to consider their readiness too. Are they ready for this or not?
so you took
Even though,
inputs from the parents as well,
yeah,
and
we do.
and
And
so you don't have like that big of a clash with parents. Has anyone in your school ever been like having clash with parents that's um
oh,
leads to like some levels of badness?
well, it's mostly like this, like our education, like uh Merdeka Belajar. This is where parents usually have the most freedom, children have the most freedom, and but all the burden is put on teacher, where we have to make sure that parents understand that we may can make people can graduate student, but we have standard to
Mm.
fulfill as well. So when parents ask us to like they want to when we are the teacher like uh talking to student, why don't you do your homework, why don't you do your exams, the parents just say, why do you need to do that, you can just everyone just graduates anyway. But we have standard, we cannot just give out graduates who are not fit to we cannot just let students who are not fit to graduate. We
So
cannot
there
do
are
that.
parents who took things too easy as well.
Yeah, there are people who are like that. Like we have
I
standard.
see.
There is the education is changing, but we still have standard to fulfill as well. Like
Well,
like mine was I have to make sure my children can uh read, write, and count. They
mm,
also have to make sure they are properly behave. They also have awareness. So make sure and not bullying people.
yeah,
That
it's really sad about the recent news of some students took their lives because of bullying. It's sad.
yeah. I can empathize with that because I was one of them as well.
But right now you're in a position to like maybe make an input to like fix the system, to actually fix the system. Do you think that there is some kind of a problem with the current education system or the education sector?
Well, the problem for right now is that there is actually a lot of burden put in education system. Most likely, it was the one where we actually not properly funded.
Uh Underfunded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
we asked the hmm?
I think we
So we
have like 20% of our um government funds going into education, but seems like there are things that makes it um not used properly or fully used in the way that they should have.
yeah, well, that is true as well because there is also
Corruptions.
we are also not properly what is it? Uh, equipped.
Oh.
We are equipped. Like for me in my area, we don't have enough buildings for all the children who want to learn.
Mm.
Sometimes we have to like drive away other children to other school. Be- Beside our place have a really wide land, but it's not properly used. That's where there is a problem where there are a lot of children who wants to learn, but there is not enough school and not enough teacher.
Not enough school and not enough teacher in your area.
Yeah, like my area have a lot of like perumahan, like a lot of village.
Mm.
There's a lot of village and there is like a really kind of remote place because it was still in the what is it, forest area. If it's not properly used, it's not properly funded, then children who don't have chance to get in will have to wait another year before they can get in.
Oh, so that could happen as well.
Yeah, that could happen, especially for children who are like really graduate young from kindergarten. My what is it? My older sister, she graduates at 2 years old. She actually can get into elementary school, but she was told no, she was rejected, and then she have to wait another year to get in. I was also almost cannot get into elementary school before because I was deemed too young.
So like the teacher needs to put priorities because there not enough space.
Yeah, there is not enough space. There is also children who are too old to get in. They have to get in first so they can graduate at proper age. Like the proper age to graduate from elementary school right now was like 12 or 13 at most, right?
I think so.
And at my age, we are like 11 or 12, right?
Oh, yeah. Hmm. So you think that there is a decline on like maybe the ability for the capacity of schools right now, and that makes the students graduate at older age.
Yeah, well, I think there is a decline in the equipment, the capability of school to take care of children. But there is a rise in education because right now more people are more aware about the importance of the education. They also more aware about the needs of the children. They cannot because we are in different age and different technology as well. Children have to familiarize themselves with the first with the new technology, also learn the basic skill.
Hmm.
That's what the generation today have to face. They have to learn how to be human, and then they also have to learn to be human in a really advanced age right now.
Well, with TikToks and many things on the internet, that's like maybe shortening the attention span of the children. What's your take on that?
Well, that really did happen. That's why the teacher, that really did happen because, well, children have really likes talking. They like to talk. They have a lot of things in their mind. They want to be heard, and they want to be able to speak out what they want, what they feel. And so for that, I also make sure that I make sure to employ a type of teaching that really capture their attention and make them pay attention to me, especially like maybe it was about games, it was about guessing game, and also I also make sure to really summarizing uh the lesson into the points, and then I make sure to ask them about it after the lesson, so they will be, oh right, it was like this. Miss Ari like said it was like this, and when they win, they got was it prize? They got a prize like you can go to recess first, or you can get to eat first, like that.
So the
It
teacher
it
has to be creative as well.
Yeah, that was like really different from our age. Like it was really different. Like, but I do understand they need those kind of stimulation. They
Well,
really like they really need that stimulation to make sure they are what is it
engage.
yeah, behave and make sure they are entertained and pay attention as well.
So, what do you think about the purpose of education? What's the purpose of education for you?
The purpose of education is to make for me is to make sure that children have better chance in the world. They are like a blank slate. I want to make sure that the they are they have the best education, so they are better have better skills. They can live well, and they can also learn to be better. It's it's all fall on the student if they want to be better or not, because I'm not a puppet. I'm not a puppeteer, they are not puppets, but I still want to give them a chance. I still want to give them a benefit of doubt. I want to give them education to make sure that I want to make sure you can have the same chance as other children who have better chances, who have better resources. Doesn't mean that you cannot have better things in your life. That's what I want to give them for
So
me.
education as a way to give better chances, especially to children.
Yeah, for me, deep side the different circumstances, because I myself have experienced them, and my older brother and sister have experienced where when my father was really rich, he was first working in a factory, a sugar factory, and he have a lot of money. But after that, he just to become a lecturer.
Academics. Yeah.
Yeah, lecturer. And there's uh a drop in income because at that time, civil lecturer was paid not that well. They are
It's
not
really
paid
sad
well.
that the academics in our country are getting paid less, and it makes academics becoming an academics is not an it's something that's not paying well, and people can survive being an academics. In the long run, I don't see that as a good policy for the government as well, since we're gonna have a brain drain, bad.
Yeah, well, it does happen, and I hope it does get better. But I know with different circumstances, people have different, like, what is it, way of thinking. I want to make sure that I want to make sure they know they can survive as long as they try and do not give up. And make
Mm.
sure they are not getting scammed as well, because there are a lot of scammers these days.
Yeah.
My grandmother from my mother's side also get scammed before because she cannot read and count. I also don't want that to happen to my children.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. At least as as an elementary teacher, you have to teach them the basics, at least as a basic for how this world works.
Yeah, that's why there is also like tujuh keayat, tujuh kebiasaan Indonesia hebat itu di mana where they learn the basic good rules, to a healthy life and a normal way to live. I make sure they know uh, why things are prohibited. Things have two sides. There are the good way to use it, and there are the bad way to use it. Where usually like this, this is a pen. You in the good way to use it, you can do it to write books or to tell people or to educate people well. But the bad thing you can use this is to write false stories or to write lies or even to as a weapon. That is the bad way, and it falls on you, your choice to make use of it. I want to make sure
As
they know well.
And
They'll
education
give you
serves as a way to guide them to the right
mm,
thing, to do the
do the
right
right,
thing.
yeah. I want them to do the right thing and be the best, but not become like a people pleaser. I don't want them to feel sad just because they cannot please others. I want them to have a healthy heart and soul as well. I want them to care for themselves as well.
I think that's all for today, Ari. Thank you so much. And guys, Ari is actually a very close friend of mine, so I'm really glad that she decided to be the first guest of this whole thing. So I'm really thankful for her. I guess that's
I'm
it.
so
See you next time.
you.